Boxing Bros UK, larger than life, massive.
Hello everybody, this is Boxing Bros UK here. I am the boss Chris. This is my co-host Andrew, the Boxing Brain.
Wallop, yeah.
Topic of the day is a Deontay Wilder retrospective of his career as it's coming to an end, for sure.
Yes, yes. I think it needed to be done. But by the way, everyone, this is going to be a little series. So we're going to start with Wilder, Fury, AJ, and Usyk as they're coming to the end of the twilight year. We're going to look over their careers and legacies and compare. We got to start with Wilder, especially after the shocking performance against Herndon.
We'll start with the performance.
Yeah,
we've got some fight footage.
We're going to play that in the background. I think the first thing I'll start with, because I'm sure you've got all sorts of opinions on this fight as well. This was a guy that was brought in. Clearly, you know, he's got a new trainer in, and he obviously sacked Malik Scott. This was a guy that was meant to just be there, ready for the right hand. You know, he's got a bit of movement, but he was supposed to look great. And then the narrative was going to be Wilder's back, Wilder 2.0.
Yeah.
He was meant to look fantastic, wasn't he?
Yeah. Cherry
picked. You know, this guy got sparked out in one round by Torres Jr. The record looks better than what it is. And Torres Jr.
Jagba sparked him out in one round.
Well done. Yeah, thank you for that extra bit of information. Yeah, absolutely. So this guy was he was meant to be a moving heavy bag. And to say that Wilder laboured to a victory, Chris, would be an understatement. Anything to add on that? I mean,
yeah,
we are going to try and find some positives, but there aren't.
The whole fight, if you've been watching this fight on screen, look at Deontay Wilder's hands. Whole fight, lazy, sloppy jab. It's too low. Look how low his hand is.
No hands.
How low it is. That is terrible. And it doesn't move. Look at it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't move it back. And you know the old saying, hold the phone, hold the phone. His phone's on fucking loudspeaker. His hand's out here. It's
hold
the phone. He's like this. And he's like this. Look at his right hand. It's terrible. Look how far away from his head it is.
It's these new moody trainers, Chris. I'm sure it is. Have you noticed a lot of these? I know Ben Davison does a lot of his heavyweights. Wardley, Moses Atoma, even in some of his cruiserweights, Alois Jr. You know, big stiff fighters, right? And he's kind of devising a strategy where they've got their hands on their chest. You know, Wilder's come out, and so you know, Dubois, Don Charles, old school trainer. I know he's got a bit of a kind of weird guard, right? But he has his hands high, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he has his hands high.
The difference between that and this is though, where he's telling them to. They at least have one hand up here protecting their chin, and to be standing a bit side on so they can use their shoulder. Wilder is just holding his hands low. He's not.
I know.
Boxing style. It's just I can't be asked to do it properly. He's not even employing any kind of Philly shell, any kind of style. It's just I can't be asked to hold him up here. I'm holding him down here because this guy's shit, and it just shows the level that Wilder's at. That. He couldn't be bothered to have a tight defense and fight this guy properly and take him out of there. Or it's either he couldn't be bothered or he just can't do that anymore. He's just that shot to bits that he can't do it.
Yeah, this is the thing, isn't it? I something I spoke to you about and I picked up on from the other channel saying that, and they're trying to look at positives that, you know, you see him sort of pouring the left hand out more, right? You know, and He's throwing a 3 more jabs, but I think I didn't actually write it down, but it's something he threw 300 odd jabs and landed 27. You know, that landed 27 in 7 rounds. I mean, people say, "Oh, the jab looked better. That was a better weapon."
I think I can get the
27.
I think I can get the compu stats up. You know?
Oh yeah, because I sent that to you. They get them up in between the footage because we can have a little closer look, because I heard this from people saying, "Oh." He did let his hands go a bit more, but this was the other thing. He landed clean a couple of times on Herndon, and Herndon was still there. He went down once or twice, didn't he, Herndon, I think? But the athleticism, the timing, the torque, you know, that fast twitchness that he used to have, he looks slower. There ain't much left, mate, is there? There ain't much left. Here we go.
Numbers.
Can you see it better on your laptop because my eyes aren't good enough? And
I
the
want to see
bottom,
if we can.
tell you how many.
Can we zoom in on?
Yeah, jabs landed. What's that? 2 out of 41 in the first round, 6. You know, it's all under 10 each round. I mean, crikey. I'm not. Look, he's not Muhammad Ali. I get that, but you know that era of fighters would have been landing. I mean, 20, 30, 40, 50 jabs a round.
It's terrible, man. It's terrible.
So what's this narrative, Chris? What's this narrative that, and look, I know I can be cynical, right? That's part of my shtick, you know, that's my thing, right? I'm cynical. But the narrative was he looked more composed, he got some rounds, second positive, and he threw more punches and used his jab more. What's the point in throwing 300 jabs, though, Chris, if you're only landing 27? I mean, the argument might be, well, he's finding his range. That might be the argument.
Right. You can't say that because on this performance, let's say you've never seen him fight before and you watch this fight, yeah? And you would think that these two that boxing's their second job. You wouldn't believe that Deontay Wilder was a reigning WBC world champion for 5 years, 10 title defenses. You'd think Wilder's a bouncer on the weekends, maybe, and this other guy's a fucking Uber driver or something.
You wouldn't believe it. Well,
look at
that's
like
a great point, Chris.
Yeah. Sloppy, and there's no explosiveness in the punches. They're landing, but they're not heavy, and they're not as fast as they used to be. He used to be like a whippet. So there's people who are strong, who's got strength.
There's a good jab there.
Turbiev, they hit you. Joe Joyce, thud, thud, thud.
Yeah.
So they just got heavy hands, concrete hands. Like Wilder's, it's speed times by strength equals power.
That's right.
So yeah. So, and because he's not as fast, the speed's down. He might still have the strength, but without the speed, he's not going to get that power. So it's not going to knock people out like it did. It's just landing, and people are being able to take it. And he doesn't have any other skills. His feet are slow. His jab is
such a great point there, Chris, because you look at heavyweights of the bygone era, right? George Foreman, even AJ now, right? They're going to be able to prolong their career if they want because they've still got that heavy-handedness. You look at George Foreman's, second coming, and he was still fighting good people in the 90s at Overhaul. Tommy Morrison, Tommy Gunn, Evander Holyfield, Michael Moore, as you say, where he won the title.
And Tommy Gunn, loads of good fighters.
Where I think Wilder's now, look, from a business point of view, cash him out. Cash him out now, stick him in there with AJ or a big fight, cash him out, because he'll have, and we get onto this in a minute, that'll be my topic towards the end, is anyone in the top 15 now will go in there with confidence. Two things have happened with Wilder now, as you alluded to with the heavy-handedness. He's never been heavy-handed, a big heavyweight. It was all explosiveness, timing and speed, and all that's gone, the athleticism, and that's gone. So as a heavyweight, that's now a problem. Because, he's got a good chin and he's got a good heart. But there's absolutely no way he beats anyone in the top 15 now. I mean, he could have, even 5 years ago, the two Fury fights we kind of saw, struggled against Ortiz twice, but he had that equalizer. But that's all gone now, Chris, isn't it? And the other thing, people aren't getting in there against him scared now. They're not. This Herndon, let's be real. What level is this guy? This guy's a plumber. I mean, this guy. I mean, come on, he's no good. Let's be real. This guy's
terrible.
And he
is terrible.
He went life and death and made an absolute fucking meal of it. I mean, I could have knocked this guy out.
Do you know? In this fight, this Herndon was counter-punching Wilder because his hands are so low. It was catching counters.
He hurt Wilder
all through the fight, just got nothing.
He hurt Wilder once as well. Like Wilder sort of backed up a bit, and I thought, oh fucking hell, this is terrible. And in the end, before you sort of come back in, and we'll change topics. I wonder whether there was a little word. I'm speculating. This is pure speculation. Little word in the ref's ear because the A side was labouring to a win. Like, Herndon was gagging to get on the floor. He was gagging to be knocked out. He was a sitting duck. A sitting duck, wasn't he? Like ducked in a barrel.
Look, he's leaning down, letting Wilder push him on the floor. He keeps running into Wilder's dick. Wants to suck him off. Fucking hell. He was down there so much. Jesus.
It was almost like because the stoppage was bad. Let's be real as well. Like, he was never going to win, but this had a Wilder points win written all over it. And the problem with a Wilder points win, at this stage in his career is it looks terrible. It looks so bad. So yeah. So
look, no power. No, and look at that. He's smothering his work. And everything is where he hasn't learned the boxing fundamentals. Now he's lost his speed. He's fucked. He is fucked. And he's never going to be able to. The only way that he can compete is he's got to be busy, but he's too old to be busy. He's too old and he's too slow. He's got to be busier, and he can't be busier when people hit hard, and he can't be. And he's got to tighten up that defense. If he just
shot to bits, mate, and
if he did the defense, he might have a chance to beat Jarrell Miller, maybe.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Wilder's turned down the Jarrell Miller fight.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's waiting for. I think he's waiting for AJ. He's going to keep fighting journeymen like this until AJ says, I'll fight you.
Well, that's what I was going to say to you before we, I think we'll be coming to the end of the footage in a minute, before we go on to his legacy, because I want people to stay tuned for that, because we're getting onto the meat and bones of his career in a minute. So stay tuned for that, because I think we got some interesting to look at the overall optics of his career. But yeah, just to finish off the back of what you were saying there, Chris, I watched this fight a couple of times because I was interested in this fight, because I thought, look, if he goes out there and blows him in one round, you're thinking, oh, okay, he's he was still hesitant. The right hands were landed clean and didn't have that explosiveness anymore. There's just almost nothing left, Chris. There's almost nothing left. And I think the only way, and I just want to get your last point on this before we move on to his career. Yeah, he's probably going to have another couple of tune to try and build his confidence a bit. What do you do with him now, though? If you're Shelley Finkel and the rest, they're probably going to try and line him up with a Dillian White, a Joe Joyce. We'll get on to some top 15 heavyweights in a bit. AJ, just try and cash him out, because he ain't winning a world title. And he ain't beaten anyone inside the top 15 or 20, is he? Now.
So if I was him, AJ isn't going to fight Wilder. He might fight him next, but as a comeback fight. So if I was Wilder, I would maybe fight another bum exactly like just fought, because any higher level than that, he will get beat. So I'll fight another bum, and then if AJ doesn't want to fight him, then fight Dave Allen. Fight Dillian White after Moses Atuma knocks him out. Like them kind of fights. I'd stay on that kind of level.
Yeah. No, good. I can't really argue with that. So getting on to his legacy, and we're going to be as objective as possible, because I know we like, especially because he's American, us Brits like to shoot him down a bit more. But I'm going to try and be an objective, and I'm sure Chris will as well. We're quite balanced on here, I think. So up at this point, he's 44. 4-1, so 44 wins, 4 losses, 3 stoppages, 1 draw, 43 KOs. Losses to Zhang, Parker, Fury twice, which we know took a lot out of him. Good wins were probably, I was looking at his record, good wins, Ortiz twice. I mean, admittedly, Ortiz was about 50 at the time, but, Ortiz boxed his head off both fights until he was there, because he kept getting away with it throughout most of his career, just landing that explosive, fast, hard, straight right. Stavern, he won the WBC belt from that was vacant, I think, at the time. Yeah, I think he went 12 rounds with him as well, and then knocked him out in the second round. I think Stavern was maybe paid off with that as well, along with his old mate Malik Scott, who jumped on the ground after 1 round as soon as he hit him as well. Caught him on the gloves and jumped on the ground. Speculation. Areola was a decent win. Other wins, Dominic Brazil. I know I'm trying here, Chris. I'm trying. Spilka,
there are people that you might have heard of that he's beat.
I'm trying to be as balanced as I can on a retrospective look at his career. Duhaupas and Spilka are pumped up cruisers. They were outboxing him, to be honest. Spilka was. I mean, highlight real knockout against Spilka. Don't get me wrong. Cannot be underestimated. Look, great right hand, subpar boxer, world-class right hand. Molina, I mean, everyone beat Molina. Gerald Washington, everyone beat him, but he's a name. Malik Scott, I think that was rigged. Yes, just on that, on legacy, all right, 10 title defenses, can't knock that. How do we, I'm trying to frame the question. When you look back on his career, right, WBC champion, 10 defenses or whatever it was it, or 10 years or whatever it was? I can't remember now.
I'll get it up. Top 5 heavyweight world champions who's defended their belts the most times, yeah? Number one, Joe Louis, defended a world title 26 times. Number two, Larry Holmes, defended his title 19 times. Number three, Vladimir Klitschko, defended it 18 times.
Yeah. Number
four, Tommy Burns. Yeah. 1906, 1908. Old school. When they just had gloves, when they just decided to use gloves. He defended it 13 times. Number five, Muhammad Ali. He defended it 10 times. Number five again, because it's a draw. Deontay Wilder defended his title 10 times.
Brilliant company. How do we reflect on his career? Because any time he fought someone, or when he did fight someone in the top 10, outside of Luis Ortiz, he lost.
How we can look at Wilder's legacy is like this. If you break it down like this, forget who he fought. Let's just say the guy was a basketball player, came into boxing late. He went to the Olympics for USA. He won a bronze medal, yeah? And he's not very good. He's just got that explosive power, and he had a good chin. Turns professional, and then his professional boxing career, he wins a world title from another champion who won an email belt, Bermain Stavern. Now, him and Ariola fought for, Bermain Stavern and Ariola. They fought for the vacant title. Bermain Stavern won. Wilder was a mandatory, beat Bermain Stavern. And then since that day, he defended his title 10 times. If you look at it, even though he hasn't got the skills, he has defended his heavyweight belt as many times as Muhammad Ali. He won a bronze medal in the Olympics, and he was world champion for 5 years, 10 times. He's had a good career. And he's just ruining it by fighting on.
And also, I wanted to add, that really good information there, Chris. Well done. Doesn't know, is one of his daughters. He's got a lot of kids. He's a big family man. One of his daughters has got spina bifida. I think it's spina bifida, which is a very, disabling illness, disability. And he was inspired to turn to boxing because it was, more lucrative for him to earn a lot of money to look after her. And I think that should be absolutely commended. And I think, great guy. He's also been very exciting to watch. We know, look, the opponents generally were terrible. Postman, Binman, generally. Yeah. But I always like watching him. Very explosive. Press conferences were great. Great self-promoter. So I want to add that as well, Chris. He was fun. He's been fun to watch.
And for me, he's embarrassing himself fighting on. And I do believe that he's desperate. He's desperate for money, or there's no other reason why you would keep fighting, because he clearly hasn't got nothing left, and he got offered big money to fight Gerald Miller, big money on a Saudi card by Turkey, turned it down. At the end of this, I've got a video that on our channel of Derek Chisora and Gerald Miller speaking about Deontay Wilder, AJ, everyone turning down fights of him. And Deontay Wilder turned it down like 2 days ago, said that, no, I'm not fighting you. Big money. He's not trying to cash out, or he's trying to cash out for the right fight. Because if he's not going to fight, he's not trying to cash out, or he would have fought Gerald Miller. He's waiting for the right fight, because he can't believe he's ready on that, surely.
Because I'm gonna list that's the kind of last part of the video. I'm going to give you some names, just some names in the top 15. But I just wanted to before I get to that, I just wanted to get your view on this. Do you think, I didn't see anything there against Herndon, that he had his self-belief was back. I was shocked at what I saw in there. But we won't go back over that fight.
He was never been that bad.
Does he genuinely still believe he's still got it? I know he comes out with deluded comment. He always seems to still blames Fury as a cheater. I know he's a bit wild like that, a bit mad. Does he believe it's still there? Does he truly believe the power's there, the speed's there, the stamina? He can't, can he? Surely.
My opinion is, I think that he is desperate for money, and he's like clinically depressed, because he's got a lot of personal issues going on that I don't want to go into, because we're a boxing channel. We're not a flipping magazine gossip fucking channel. We're a boxing channel. So he's got a lot
sometimes, but
he's got a lot of personal shit going on, and he's desperate for money, and he doesn't want to fight anymore, and it's making him depressed, because he has to
She
fight.
might clean him out.
He don't want to do it.
I
That's
don't
what's
know
fucking his head up.
the ins and outs of it. Like I say, where it's not something we do. It depends, but we don't. We try and keep like what's the word? Like having some integrity. But I don't know. She might have taken half of what he's got. Let's speculate that he's had to pay a lot of legal fees and money because of the breakdown of his whatever's gone on, right? Whatever's gone on. And the Holyfield, we know, was paying so much alimony. He ended up bankrupt, I think, because of he had 10 kids and God knows he's got God knows what going on. So it's a shame because he got into it for his daughter. So that's bound to affect you and the ayahuasca, the bloody drugs, things he was smoking. Ayahuasca. So I'm going to this is now, right? Yes or no answers.
Yeah.
Right. And then I'm gonna tally up. There's more names you could add on here, but I'd have been there all day writing down all these heavyweights. But yes or no, right? Daniel Dubois.
Definitely not.
Cabiel.
Oh, no.
Bogovic.
No. Oh, actually, no. Do you know what? No.
Yeah, whatever your first instinct.
Yeah.
Wardley.
Oh, fucking in a coma.
Justice Hooney.
Definitely not. No.
Frank Sanchez.
No.
Jagba.
No.
Martin Bacoli.
No.
Dave Allen.
No.
Eric Delboy.
No.
Chisora.
Definitely not. No.
This is an interesting one because I think he's kind of tailor-made there because he can't avoid a right hand. Big juggernaut Joe Joyce. 50-50 that one, isn't it?
It's 50. But Joyce showed us he's still willing to throw hands and go for it. And Joe Joyce is still fighting like he's always fighting. It's just his chin's gone. He's not changed.
No,
he's not
This
changed.
is your quiz. I'm not doing this. This was about you and your...
No, definitely not. No.
Lawrence Okoli.
No.
Jared Anderson.
Yes, I think you can beat Jared Anderson.
We got one in the top 15. We don't know about this guy. Or before I say people won't know this guy, but he's gone back to the Olympics several times. His pro career has been a bit stop-start. Jalalov, don't know if you know too much about him. He's got good amateur. Good
maybe. I say I give Wilder a shot against him.
Boris Jr.
No, definitely not. He's a fucking beast.
Johnny Fisher.
No, I'll say Johnny Fisher beats him.
Fucking hell, how the mighty have fallen. Fucking hell.
No, Johnny Fisher throws hands. He's athletic. Like,
mate, yeah. Big baby Gerald Miller.
No, he can't beat Miller.
Right,
he'll lose to it. Miller in the press conference. He's that mentally fragile, Deontay Wilder, right now. I really do believe that. Like that, he doesn't want to fight anymore, and he has to because he's skin, and it's making him depressed. He's doing something that he doesn't want to do, but he has to because it's the only way he can earn money.
Here's a question for you, Chris. But I'll quickly tally these up. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So out of 17 heavyweights, I could have gone with 20. 17 heavyweights in and around the top 15. Depending on the governing body, depending on the boxing body. 2 out of 17 you've said yes to. That tells you where he's at, doesn't it? That's quite startling, isn't it?
It's bad. No, but you can only be as good as your last fights. And for Deontay Wilder, his last 5 fights have all been terrible. He's not had a good performance since
I tend to agree with you on all of those, to be honest. Other than Joyce, I think he might have half a chance. So, what was I going to ask? I was going to ask something, and I bloody gone out of my head. Oh, that was what I was going to ask. Almost kind of coming to a conclusion on the video. Do you think those 2 Fury fights with the costume, the Mark Breland situation, the accusation of Walter cheating, stuff in the gloves, the way Fury took him apart mentally in the press conferences, headphones in the 3rd fight because he was petrified of him getting in his head, the way he smashed him to bits in the 2nd fight, it was a real destructive defeat, competitive in the 3rd fight, but reverted to title. Where I'm going with this, did those 2 last Fury fights ruin Wilder? I
would say absolutely, yeah. Never recovered. It's
an interesting question, though, Chris, isn't it? Because I think that's where it unravelled. He cherry-picked Fury, thinking he was this big, fat, pillow-fisted heavyweight, and it backfired, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely. 100%. It's like... that ruined his career. It ruined his career. The funny thing is,
mentally, mate,
Tyson Fury, he played Wilder. So he's colluding with Wilder like, "Oi, me and you will fight each other. Let's freeze AJ out, yeah? And me and you will fight each other, yeah? Ha ha ha. Fuck AJ. Let's do this. So don't fight AJ on his own. Stay with us over here." They made that fight. Fury beat him twice, and then he's left out in the cold. And he turned down the biggest money he's ever going to fucking see in his life to fight AJ just because he wanted collude when there was all that beef and try and freeze AJ out, and he fucked himself.
Fury and his father are great at narratives. We'll do this when we do the Fury retrospective.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this. But I think that trilogy with Wilder, that they were the Fury team are trying to build, the two best heavyweights at the time. I think that's actually tarnished Fury's legacy in a way, because I think it's shown that Wilder was nowhere near as good as what we thought. We all know, terrible boxer, great right hand. But actually, looking back, you might disagree. Those fights actually, I don't think now in retrospect look as good as what they did at the time, because we know Wilder's so limited.
I think I have to disagree.
Call me out.
I think you're being a little bit too harsh, because I do believe, like Wilder was shit, but like his boxing skills, but that right hand was firing on all cylinders. Like it was even in Fury 3, he dropped him twice.
Yeah,
it was still firing. Just Tyson Fury has got great powers of recovery. It's after that he took so much time out, stopped training, partied a little bit, got a new bird, did all this shit, start smoking ayahuasca. Then he comes back to boxing, apparently, and he had all these mad injuries, bro. And he's always had hard broken hands. If you've got bad injuries and then you rest it and then come back, sometimes it's better to keep on using it slightly injured, because when it heals and you just try and use it, it kind of hurts 10 times more because it's not used to the pain. You're not used to the pain or the constant. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. No, fair response. But I wanted to chuck that out there, and I wanted to get, because it's one of those kind of.
I do think because he was still dangerous, and he still like had the heart of a lion, like wanted to fucking, like he wasn't. He was standing in front of Fury, willing to take a shot to give a shot. He wasn't
great heart
standing in front of people.
Exceptional heart.
Like with Zhang, he practically ran away, like screamed at the ref and like ran off, kind of thing. Protect it and turned his back and like to the ref and like kind of run and got himself fucking knocked out. And, like, he got a sucker punch, kind of like that. Isn't Deontay Wilder? The Deontay Wilder that fought Fury is like you sacked his coach for throwing a towel in, because he's like, I'll fucking die in there. That was that Deontay Wilder. So I still say, that trilogy is still immortalized as a great boxing trilogy, and both in their primes at the time. So
in conclusion, as we wrap up, he's had a great career. He's done it for very good reasons. He's made a lot of money, personal issues aside. Can maybe sort of finish on a high with I don't know, on a giving everything on a cash out performance. 10 title defenses up there alongside Muhammad Ali. I know the totally different level of opposition. 43 KOs. Massive percent. I know a lot of them, again, terrible opposition generally, but good career. Been exciting, entertaining guy, very limited boxer, world-class right hand. But so we're kind of saying, I don't know what we're saying really, but
retire.
He's not going to go down for me as a Hall of Famer, but he had a very good career.
Yeah.
So anything.
It's like AJ, great career, not going to be a Hall of Famer. Look at Frank Bruno.
Eddie Hearn reckons he will be, Chris. Eddie Hearn says that AJ should be a Hall of Famer.
Give over yourself. Look, Frank Bruno, legend. We love Frank Bruno, but let's be right. His career weren't great. He won the title and then he lost it. But he was in good fights. And he was a nice guy. So we supported him and we love him. And that's just
similar.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Wilder's had a fucking great career, really good. And he was not going to be a Hall of Famer, but he was a good boxer and he was world champion. That's it.
Let us know in the comments. Anyone tuning in, don't decide not to comment and subscribe and like and all that.
If you disagree,
if you don't like it, you don't like us.
If you disagree, don't like and comment. If you want to come on the show and debate with us about any of it,
love to have you on.
But let's like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe. Sweet.